everyone, this is me Ritoma, your host and your host back again with another Workday podcast episode. So today's topic is Workday Everywhere. Today we have another special guest for you, Mr. Aamir Mansuri, and he has a total of 6 years of experience in IT, out of which 2 years in PeopleSoft and 4 years in Workday. In PeopleSoft, he has worked on SQL, People Code, PeopleSoft related tools, and in Workday, he has worked mainly on integration, which includes EIB, connectors, and studio integration. Along with, he have worked with reports and API and built-in securities and business processes for integration. And he has built these integration on HCM modules like demographics, payroll, benefits, expenses, etc. He have been involved in the integration development projects, monitoring, and hybrid projects, which includes a bit of development, enhancement, bug fixing, analysis, and monitoring. So let's welcome our guest, Mr. Aamir Mansuri, for Workday Everywhere. Hi, Amir.
Hey, hello Ritima. How are you?
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Doing good. So, Amit, I have said a little bit about your, resume, about your professional, journey. Can you say a little bit from your side, ki, how you started your journey and how is it going on right now?
Yeah, sure. So I have, as you said, like total 6 years of experience I do have, and I started my journey with PeopleSoft. The first 2 years I worked in the PeopleSoft, and that I got a chance to move to the new technology. So luckily I got the Workday. It's basically the cloud technology that I got into, and like from past 4 years I have been working with Workday, and I have got a chance to work with like the development projects where I have to build the integrations like EIB connectors and the studio integrations. And apart from that, I have also done like kind of monitoring and the enhancement and bug fixing, kind of the mix of like a hybrid kind of project where we are doing the monitoring, we are checking if the everything is going smooth with the Workday integrations, along with the some bug fixing, enhancement, and the development activities. So yeah, that's my overall experience on the Workday side.
Wonderful. So, Amir, without any further ado, let's jump into the questions then.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Perfect. So now tell me, how has Workday evolved its integration landscape to seamless collaboration with major players like Microsoft, Zoom, and Apple? And what is Workday Everywhere? Like, start with that.
Yeah. So Workday Everywhere is basically its kind of concept like to reduce basically to get more engagement and reduce the time spent by employee on like filling the timesheet, getting the pay slips, or getting the expenses, uh,
Right.
getting the feedbacks, that kind of things, to reduce that particular time and get more engagement with the employer. The That's kind of Workday Everywhere is there. So suppose right now if I need to log my hours, I need to log into the so and so website, or in the Workday I need to go and fill my time. But if suppose let's say I can do it through my Microsoft Teams or the Slack or whatever the chatbot I'm using, I can do it from there. So that kind of things, like basically it's Workday Everywhere. So I can use Workday from either Microsoft Teams, Slack, or Workday Google Chrome extension, Apple, or the like basically my Android phone or iPhone, wherever I can use that from there. I can fill my timesheet, I can get payslip on the go, I can raise my expenses, or I can get my benefit details. So that kind of things I can do it. That's basically what Workday Everywhere is. I can access my Workday from anywhere and everywhere.
Perfect. And what has benefited Workday with collaborating with Apple, Zoom, and other platforms?
Uh, yeah. So Workday, like what Workday does is, as I said, it's basically some kind of chat box that we use. So, for example, it's a Microsoft Teams. I would have a particular channel on Microsoft Teams. That's a let's say Workday Picon. So, I give you the background of Workday Picon is basically Workday Picon. Workday acquired Workday Picon a couple of years back. I think in 2021 they acquired this Workday Picon. Picon was acquired by the Workday, and uh, now in the last year they call like Workday launched one Workday Picon channel or Workday Picon Microsoft Teams in Teams and Slack. So basically, what they do is in Workday Beacon channel will be there in Microsoft Teams or the Slack or any other extensions. You will be there, and that particular you can, so for example, you need some data or something, you can do that through the Workday Beacon. So that's what it is basically, the Workday chat box. And in the Microsoft or Apple or the Zoom, you can access that particular chatbot and you can get the particular results. So suppose I talk about the Zoom right now, I think they are still in the initial phase, they haven't launched anything much on that. But in the Zoom, suppose you need to set up a meeting right now, what is the scenario is you need to build the integrations to set up. Suppose you are recruiter and you need to set up interviews, right? You need to set up interviews, and you need to have some interview lined up for that. So
Right.
suppose you can do it through in the Workday Zoom itself. You have the Workday chatbot there in the Workday Zoom extension. You need to just install one application, it will be there in your Workday Zoom. You can just tell, okay, this is the meetings that I need to schedule, so it will be automatically set up on the Zoom. You don't need additional integrations, with the Workday to do that. So that kind of things are going on with these tech giants, and they are introducing these kind of chatbots in every platform so that I can access it everywhere.
Okay, so can you elaborate on specific features and enhancement in Workday that contribute the increased productivity through collaboration with Microsoft tools? Like, can you like specify what are the features mostly important in the Microsoft tools when it's related to Workday?
Yeah. So as I said, like one example I gave is the like time sheet, right? So I can fill my time sheet from the Teams, but suppose there is I need to request a time off. So what I need to do is I can just tell the my chatbot like, okay, on so and so date I require a time off. So it will automatically generate my time off, and it will get approval for my manager. My manager don't need to log into the Workday. He will able to do it in the from Microsoft Teams. Okay, approve or deny. So that kind of
Right.
things they can do from the chats. Apart from that, I don't need a separate website or separate Workday module to download my payslips. I can, if I need a so and so month payslip, I can directly get it from the Workday chatbot. I would say I require November month payslip. I can get it from there. Uh, yeah, so that kind of things I can do. Suppose I need to do the expense. I need to get my expense details. I suppose I have my telephone bill that I need to do it, get it from the company. So what I will do, this expense I can raise a case, or I can raise that particular expense for from the chatbot itself. So that kind of things will be done from the Workday Peacon or the chatbox.
Got it. So, how does Workday integrate with communication platform like Zoom to facilitate a unified and efficient communication experience within the workplace?
Yeah. So as I said, like we don't require any other integrations to schedule a recruiting meeting or anything interviews, right? So that same kind of things, whatever we are doing with the Workday Beacon, we are installing in the Slack or the Microsoft Teams. The same thing. What we can do is we can install that particular application in the Workday Zoom. The extension we can install in the Workday Zoom, and
Right.
that we can do whatever like the scheduling meetings and everything we can do in that itself. So that kind of things with the Workday Zoom that we can do. So that's the future expansion from the Workday, I guess, and that we can see in like upcoming years.
Wonderful. So, with collaboration across different platforms, what security measures has Workday implemented to safeguard the sensitive information and maintain the data integrity?
Sure. So basically, suppose what Workday is, basically Workday Assistant is there from like quite a few years from now. So what exactly we Workday wants to do is whatever the Workday Assistant they have in the Workday, they want to use that in the outside Workday system, like from the Microsoft Teams or the Slack or whatever the extension that wherever I can get. So that kind of things, what they want is that basically that Workday assistants and chatbox background would be set. Whatever I can do in Workday itself from the Workday assistant, the same thing I can do from the Workday Peacon. So that kind of thing in the security purpose, if I have the security to access the Workday assistant. Suppose I am a Workday admin, and I can say like my employees can use the time off approver, or they can see pay slips. So that kind of things I can control. As an admin, I would have particular securities to manage that particular thing and who can access who what. So that kind of things would be there. Admin would have that access to control that particular things. and they can decide what should be employee can see, what manager can see, and how they can overall do the things. So this is and as a security purpose, it would be a separate application or separate extension would be installed on the Microsoft team or Apple. So the security would be like very secure, because it would be like it's Workday itself, it's not like other system are going to use it. So yeah, that's what
Workday
Workday.
has their own security system, like you're saying, that they don't procure other outside security system for their company. All right.
Yeah. So to simplify this, Workday has one concept called Workday One. So one mean one data source, one security, and one for all. So basically, one data source is like there will be one data source that will be used by all of them. Like to suppose that I am an employee, I would have everything in Workday. I would have my pay slip. I would have my time and time off. I would have my benefits. So one data source for everything, so that kind of thing. So if I need particular details to see, there would be one security for that. If I have that security, I can see that. So that kind of
Right.
things would be there. That kind of concept would be there in the Workday Everywhere as well. So whatever the application would be installed, if that particular securities are there for me, I can see that particular details.
All right. So now tell me, how does Workday prioritize users' experience in its collaboration, ensuring a seamless, intuitive interface for end users?
Yeah. So as I say, Workday Everywhere is basically um, it would be simple like installing any extension or anything in my system. So for Google Chrome is also going to would be have that particular extension, because most of the people either use the Google Chrome, Microsoft Team, or the Apple or the Android phones, right? So
Right.
what Workday wants is whatever you use, you should have the Workday extension or Workday Peacon or Workday chatbot would be there would be for you. So suppose
Okay.
I'm not using Microsoft Teams, but I would be using the Google Chrome, right? So I would be there. The extension would be there. So I as a user experience, wherever I use, I should not spend much time to log into the third party system and like Workday. I go to the Workday, log into the Workday, add my time or get my pay slips. I mean, I'm working on the Chrome. I need to get my pay slip. I would just on my extension board that would be on top of the in the top right corner. I would have Workday icon. I need to just click and say this payslip I require, or just log the time for today. So that kind of things as a user experience, it would be great. And I think right now Team and Slack are getting used by the Spotify and FedEx, and they are
Yeah.
very happy with that. And the Workday Peacon is getting used by tech giants like Accenture, and they are also have a very good review on that. So yeah, indeed, like this is a Workday Everywhere concept. What they are doing is it would be very user friendly, as always. Workday is also very user friendly, and Workday Actions is also quite user friendly for that.
Understood. Now, can you say that? Can you discuss any recent innovation projects or features that have emerged from the collaboration between Workday and its partners?
Yeah, sure. As I say on the features basis in the 2023 R2, I think they introduced this particular Workday Peacon to the Microsoft Team and Slack. But in the they had like basic application, like there was a new application look. They introduced this particular to the Microsoft Slack and included the calendar kind of things. You can base the calendar. You can see like this is time off I would have, and that kind of things. But in the 2024 R1, there is a major update they are going to do is basically they are what we can now do is suppose we have the my task in Workday, we have my task or the notification kind of thing would have. So suppose top 10 my task I can see in my Microsoft Teams. So all the whatever the notification I'm getting there, that same notification I will get in my Microsoft Teams. So suppose we are getting that notification, okay, these things are getting, so that same notification I will get in Microsoft Teams. Okay, you are getting this for approval, or this task is pending from you. So either you can do it from Teams, if it is supported by my Workday Peacon, you can do it from right there, or it will directly redirect you to the Workday web app. So this is the one cool thing that they are introducing in 2024 R1. And the other thing is that they are introducing new calendar. They are changing the UI, and they are also like you can have more rich kind of thing. So basically the time of anything you can do it from calendar itself. So that kind of
right,
thing they are doing. And also they are introducing the feedback thing. So suppose I am an employee and I need a feedback, like for this particular month, as my performance, I require some feedback from manager. So I can request my feedback, or my manager wants to give me a feedback, they can directly do it from the Workday Microsoft Teams, Workday Peakon. They can say like, this is your feedback, this is
yeah,
what feedback I'm giving. I want to appreciate someone, I can do that.
right.
Apart from that, from the Workday calendar, you would have your birth dates, your work anniversary. So employer will not miss that, like celebrating your team will basically not miss to celebrate your birthdays or work anniversaries.
So you're saying working in Workday is kind of fun, like what
Yeah,
you're saying. Working in Workday is kind of fun because as you can have this amazing features are asking for a feedback. Because I have worked in so many companies before, but I never had this chance to even ask for a feedback or a thing. But this
yeah,
is something very new, very innovative. So yeah,
yeah.
wonderful.
That's the goal of Workday, to increase the engagement between employer and employee. So if I have more engagement with the employee, I would have more time to work, I would have less questions and like more focus on the working. So that's what we want, right? All employers, that's what we want. And like upcoming years, that's what employers wants as well, like focus on what employee wants and what exactly they want and what improvement they want. So what,
Right.
yeah, more the information employer has, more the benefit for the employee, I guess. Yeah.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely. And people after this kind of feedback, the things you said, that feedback or how the interaction between the managers and the employees are. I think in this kind of a work culture, people usually stay longer. They enjoy their
yeah,
work more and they stay longer, and they become more loyal to the company, as because the company is very much careful about
right.
their emotional, financial needs and everything. So that is pretty amazing. Now, shall we go to the next question?
Yeah, sure. And the last feature I just want to highlight that that is useful for the in terms of backend, because I we want to know how many employees are using Workday Everywhere, right?
Right.
So there is one feature called Workday Active Users on the Workday Peakon or the chatbot. So there is one. So I can monitor how many people are using this particular feature every day or every month or every week. So that kind of report I can get.
Okay.
So yeah, so this is also getting introduced in 2024 R1.
All right. Like a lot. Amazing, fabulous features. So now we have come to the last question of this podcast. And so, what can we expect in future regarding Workday collaborations? And are there any plans to expand Workday Everywhere concept further with other industry leaders?
Yes, indeed. So right now, Workday, this particular Workday, everyone can use this particular feature, but not much of employer are aware about this, and they are not right now introducing this particular thing. But I think in future, once this 24-hour one is coming, because they have bunch of features, so they will start using these particular things on that system. So they are on the Workday Everywhere as a part of Workday Everywhere. They right now it's there in the Teams, Microsoft Teams and Slack and the Google Chrome extension. But yeah, they will also introduce this particular Workday Assistant come out of Workday web app, and it would be there in everyone's like iPhone or iOS. Workday Peakon would be there everywhere on the Workday systems. So
Right.
that kind of thing, yeah, do. And in the future expansion, I think Workday Everywhere is expecting to introduce the expense and time approval from Microsoft, like Workday Beacon itself. So expense as in, I am logging my expenses like internet bill or anything from the employer, right? So that would be there. I just need to type like this 200 rupees. I need to get it approved from expense, and it will not. Once I have logged in, if it will go to my manager. My manager is not need to log into the Workday. He can directly approve it from the Microsoft. So that kind of things they are thinking about right now for the future expansion. And they are also like team level inside, they want to introduce is basically right now what you can do is like in the teams you need to search for that particular person, and you can get the basic details, like basic profile. The same kind of things in the Microsoft Workday Peakon itself. What you can do is you can search for particular employee, you can check the basic details of that particular employee in that particular application itself. So suppose you are a HR, you don't need to log into the Workday to check that particular person's profile. You can do it from the Workday Peakon chat box itself. You can just search for that particular employee's name and you will get the basic details. So yeah, that kind of things are upcoming, and I hope it gets very good. And I believe the Workday Everywhere would be getting used very widely in the future.
in the coming future. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Amir, could you please tell the audience a little bit about how they should be prepared if they enter to a Workday consulting job, or if they are preparing to start with their studies on Workday? What are the things they should have in their mind before entering Workday?
Before entering Workday, I would say Workday is basically, it's very easy to use and learn technology, I would say, compared to the other technologies, because it's basically what you use in any social media website, right? You are using any
Right.
Facebook or Instagram. So the same kind of thing. It's a self-navigating kind of website. If you log in, there is a huge search bar. You can search anything on that. So if
Right.
you are a new person, you need to first decide what domain you want to get in. If either you want to
Okay.
go into the functional part, you want to do the HR kind of thing, or you can do want to do finance kind of things, or recruiting kind of things. That kind of part are the functional
All
part.
right.
The second part is basically the integration part. Either like me, like basically if you want to build something like integration reports, or you are very good with the data, and you are very good with the understanding thing on perspective of technical things, so you can do it the integration, like go into the integration configuration parts. And the third is basically the security and the other domains, like the, if you know the securities very well, Workday securities is little bit complex, but yeah, it's very easy. If you go in dedicated to that, it will be easy for you. So I would say there is a third domain, like the Workday security, that you can go into. And there is a one more domain as Workday extend is coming. So that basically you can think about that also, but it's a new thing that everyone is exploring. I am also exploring that thing. So it's part of Workday extend and Workday every is different, but it's kind of related. So Workday extend is basically you can build something new of your own in the Workday. So that also is coming up. So it's up
It's
to
like
you.
a
It's your up. Yeah.
it's like an open canvas for the employees. Wow.
Yeah, it would be over, because as I said, Workday till now Workday was developing everything, but what Workday wants is what you want, you can develop by yourself. So yeah, so that's a very good feature. I think that would be easy. Suppose I am an employer for XYZ company, and ABC company wants that feature. So XYZ develops, and ABC can adopt that particular feature. So Workday don't have to burden with that particular things, like everything has to done by Workday. It's not like that. Anyone can build new features and apps in the Workday actually.
Right. So, Amir, it was lovely talking to you. Actually, like it was really matlab, a lot. I understood a lot about Workday and its
Mhm.
features and its integration part and everything. Thank you so much for your time. I know you're a new dad right now. You just had a baby girl, and congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So I would not keep you waiting for on her. I know she's waiting for you right there, and I'll let you
Yeah,
go. But I first you have to promise me that you have to come back again with another episode with. Workday Growth Podcast with us, and
for
we
sure.
will have you again. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for your time.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much for your
Absolutely.
time. Yeah,
Absolutely. Thank you. Take care.
thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye.